y'all. Welcome to Nap Time Brand Time. I'm Trisha from Deluxe Design, and this is my series where every Monday I usually rush to get my daughter down and then literally make it here within like a minute. It's a little different today because we're just all at home. We've just been home for days, and so luckily Mike's here getting Lainey down, and so I was able to relax a little bit more. Still kept on the lounge clothes though, because obviously. Things are obviously a little crazy recently. I honestly had a hard time processing last week and kind of how our entire spring changed in just a few days, which I'm sure you all are too. We're in LA where they've officially closed down pretty much the whole city. Restaurants, any entertainment is down, and so we're just bunkered down, and it's been raining, and so we've just been spending lots of time indoors, lots of quality time. Lainey's out of school, Mike's working from home, so this is our month. We're just here. So anyone have great ideas for toddlers, let me know. We're pretty lucky though that our family isn't too affected by this. We're really, really lucky. We know how lucky we are. But it's hurting a lot of people I love. The pandemic has been pretty devastating, obviously, but one of the groups that's hit the hardest, that really hurts my heart, is small business owners. I know so many people that have had to close up their businesses for the month, or having to do, business not as usual, having to refigure stuff out really quickly, or people that have essentially kind of lost their jobs for the month, and that's devastating. That's so horrible. And so I just feel really passionate about helping any way that I can. So I am offering a few things while we're getting through this. I'm offering free consulting. So to anyone who's just stressed about making income, if you need ideas for side income, for passive income, that's really something that I specialize in. Hi, thanks for jumping on. So I'm offering free consulting basically through this pandemic. And so if you want to talk out ideas for additional income, let me know. Or just kind of want to refigure out what your business is going to do this month. If you're like a brick and mortar business and you need to refigure out now how to get yourself online, let's talk. No pressure, no judgment, just a supportive ear and creative ideas. I just want to be able to help. And then also the other thing I'm doing is I'm restructuring my content. And so basically I'm spending this next month just really focusing on helping people open businesses. And so starting today on Instagram, I'll be going live twice a week. I'm going to kind of center around how you can take your current business or just any skill that you're good at and turn it into an online business, a successful online business. That's really the key, right? Obviously. And so I'm going to start broad and start with kind of like finding your audience. And so today is a little bit more broad, and we're going to talk about just general like business structure and launching, and then we're going to get more and more specific. And we're going to talk about what you actually need to start a business, just to be able to like sell something within the next month, and what you kind of don't need unless you're like looking to be open for the next few years. Then maybe there's a few things you want to put in place, but also a lot of those things you could do down the line too. And so I just want to help you prioritize and be able to get something going as quickly as possible. So I hope this today is useful to you. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need support. So today, what I'm sharing with you today is how to quickly start an online business. Hey Caitlin, thanks for jumping on. How to quickly start an online business. So maybe your job has been just put on hold for kind of the foreseeable future, and you're just looking to bring in like some sort of income in the next month. Or you're a business owner that really can't do your business as usual, and so you're looking just to build up your online sales. And so either way, what I'm teaching today will absolutely help you, and will help you kind of look at business in a new light maybe. Every business and every person can sell something online. Everybody can sell something online. It's just finding the right thing and the right people to sell to. So this is a process that anybody can follow, whether or not you've started a business before. If you follow this process, it honestly won't even really matter like how perfect your website is, or you don't have to create this like amazing Instagram and immediately get 1,000 followers in order to make some sales online. So this method is, especially, in the time that we're in right now, it's more about being useful over being presentational. And so that's what I think people are really calling for right now. And what I'm teaching today is from the playbook of the amazing marketer Seth Godin. Please write that name down if you own a business or if you want to work in business. Seth Godin, Godin. If you don't know who he is, please go look him up. Read everything by him that you possibly can. There's some amazing interviews with him on YouTube and some podcasts and stuff, and I'll be linking to those this week too, just so everyone can be as motivated as possible. But this is a lot of from his playbook. So the key. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase. The biggest key to building out a successful business quickly is to start with the problem before the product. Start with the problem first, not the product. So the product is secondary. The problem that you're going to solve is first. So what that means is before you even decide specifically what you're selling, you might know generally kind of like, I'm a teacher, so I'm going to be, selling some sort of teaching, or I'm an actor, so I'm trying to sell acting of some kind. So you can definitely know the general route that you want to go in. But before you decide the actual specific products, you need to decide the problem that you want to solve for somebody. So this should be a real problem. It should be something that is affecting them regularly. It could be something they're aware of or something they're not aware of. Sometimes people don't really know. But you're going to get really specific with the problem you're solving. Then you're going to get very specific about the people that you're helping. Then you're going to build the product or service that is a perfect solution. So I'm going to go through this. So instead of starting with the product or service first, you'll have to tell people, I had one more phrase. So instead of starting with the product or service first that you have to tell people that they need before you tell people that they need it, you start with something that a specific group of people actually already need. So what do they need? And then you're going to build your product or your service around that. So I had a few examples. So what does this look like? So say you're an actor who has, your entire month of production canceled. You're just, you're not working this month. You don't have any income coming in, but you have so many skills that can solve problems for people. You have so many skills. So, for example, people are going to be creating a ton of content this month. So if you work in any sort of skill like acting, if you're a graphic designer, if you're a copywriter, or if you have any of those skills that you can offer, this is a great month for that because everybody's going to be creating content and they still need other people. How can you jump in? So let's say that you're this actor, people still want professional acting. So what if you build up some quick samples and you offer your services as a voice actor? Because that's something that you can do from home and that's something that people still need. And that's a great start. That's a super great start. You're kind of already seeing a problem that needs to be solved. But how can you jump into the voice acting business and immediately get traction? So now this is where you get specific. And that's really important, is to get so specific. So what can you do that others can't? Or what audiences can you reach that others can't? And start to think about just what specifically sets you apart. So say this actor, maybe he does great impressions of political candidates, and can really, really do their voices really well. He's got them nailed down. And so maybe now you're specifically marketing yourself as a voice actor to people that are making political content. Now, boom, now you have a niche audience and you have people that need what you're selling and you can find those people specifically and you can market to them precisely. And so maybe you start an Instagram that's purely you doing political impressions, and you start targeting people that are making political content, or political stuff's kind of around Facebook. So maybe you pick Facebook to choose, but you know your audience now, so you can make an educated decision. And you make a quick landing page, and then you start researching and making connections. I was like, you could even record a few clips that you could sell, at some point, and a few just catchphrases that politicians say that you could sell quickly on a website. These are all just ideas. I could do this all day, people, all day. But now you have a specific market, a specific niche, a specific problem that you're solving, and now you can run with it. So another example that I had, it was, and this is actually a friend of mine, who owns a preschool that's been shut down for the month. She runs a preschool out of her home. It's wonderful. But now obviously no one can come in. And so she's just out of that income for the month, but she has so many problems that she, so many skills that can solve problems for people. So, you're thinking about parents cooped up with their kids for the week and about to pull their hair out. What can you offer them? And so maybe you're selling kids activities, which is great, but that's, still very general to start. And so now we're getting more specific. So you're finding the problems. Parents need entertainment for their kids, and maybe educational entertainment specifically, as someone who's a teacher or owns a school, that's something specifically you can offer. And so maybe now you specialize in toddler activities better. That's a better audience. But now that you're really thinking about the parents and the people who can be the ones that'll actually like spend the money for this, what do they really need? And so now is when you can get even more specific and more targeted. And so maybe you're selling now like a week-long challenge that teaches parents or that teaches toddlers how to like get excited to do chores. It's a week-long challenge for parents, and every day you add on a new chore that they're going to learn, and then you've made it into a game, and that's something that parents can sign up for, you can charge for immediately, and that's something that parents would still really want. I'd want that on a non-coronavirus day or non-coronavirus week, but something that solves the need. Now, like learning to teach kids how to help around the house, and that's something that you can sell. Or I had another example of like maybe you're selling an ebook with original toddler meals, like things that maybe your kids would actually eat, maybe. Or maybe you sell Mommy and Me yoga videos, but something you're trying to get even more specific. So when you just say children's activities for kids, people are going to be like, I could get those on Pinterest. Why should I buy them from you? And so finding something very niche and very specific that parents would want, a very specific group of parents would want, and something that they can get from you. So hopefully you're getting the idea. So specific problem, specific audience, specific solution. So I know what you're thinking, because this is something that I struggle with all the time is, but what about all the other people that could benefit from my service? Like, do I have to get this specific, and do I have to like leave out all of these other people? Do I have to only like appeal to this little audience? And the short answer is yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do have to leave people out. And I'm going to explain why. If you want to build up traction quickly is what we're talking about. We're not talking about like starting the next Amazon. We're talking about how can you make money from an online business in the next few months. If you want to build up traction quickly, you need to find people that are going to immediately love you and want to buy immediately. You don't want people, you would rather find 10 people who are just super fans and super excited about what you're building and want to buy immediately than 100 people that are kind of like, oh, okay, well, that's good to know. And then they put it on the back burner. What you want is the people that love this and need this now. Seth Godin, my favorite phrase of his is, you can't have insiders if you don't have outsiders. And so you're going to have some outsiders. It's just kind of the way it is. If you want insiders, if you want to have your super fans in your group that are going to buy from you quickly and a lot, then you're going to have some outsiders. The other thing too is you want people to be able to share. You want people to be excited enough to share what you're doing. And if you build up a bland business, something that's just really generic, it's going to take a long time for people to even notice you, much less like get excited about what you're doing or sharing. And then the other reason why you need to get specific is so that you can find your ideal customers quickly. That's the whole thing, right? Is we're trying to like build this up and try to start bringing in sales as quickly as you can. So if you already know who your target audience is, and not even just like parents, but now parents that want to teach their kids yoga, like now that's a very specific audience. And now you can already start to look and see where you can find those people. You can find, in parenting groups and yoga groups and, like hashtags. It's a lot easier to find your audience and find the specific people that you can help and that you can like solve their problems if you know who they are. And so it's going to make it a lot easier, and it's going to make it a lot easier too for you to make decisions for your business. It's going to make things a lot quicker when you're kind of like Instagram or Facebook. I don't have time for both. Which one am I going to do right now? Where does your audience hang out? Where are they going to be? Or like, should I start sharing content? Should I do YouTube or should I do a blog? What does your audience need? What are the actual people that you're selling to? Where are they going to find you? And what are they actually going to participate in? So you can always include more and more people in your audience as you go. That's always something you can do. You can always grow. But you should start with the smallest viable market first. So you can get started and start making traction right away. So I will say, if you're not selling, it's really important for you to talk to your clients, talk to that audience. So if you're not really sure, if you're kind of delving into a business that you're not quite sure who this audience is, maybe you're not a parent yourself, but you're targeting parents, that's still doable. But then it's your job now to start going and talking to parents. Go talk to them, see what they need, see if anyone that you know who's a parent will schedule a 10-minute call with you, and you can just answer some specific questions about like, where are you struggling most? What do you need? Like, you need, like videos for this. What are you missing in the videos that you have now that you would like to have? And so really starting to pull that out of your audience if you're not sure. If you're not selling, it's because you're not specific enough on the problem, the solution, or your audience. You're just not specific enough. And they don't know and you don't know. Okay, so what to sell? I'm just going to go through this quickly, but here's just a few ideas for things that you can sell online. So if you're not even sure, basically, sitting here kind of go like, I know I need to make money online, but what would I even sell? So now you're starting to think specifically about your problem. You're starting to think specifically about the audience, and then you're going to build something out and just for them. And so a few of these things, you can do digital products. So that includes an online course. That includes videos, like video tutorials. That includes like ebooks, workbooks, guides. These are all things that you could build up within the next week and sell. Group challenges or memberships. You can even make like an exclusive Facebook group, and that's something that people pay like a monthly membership to be a part of, and that's something that you're going to just really share and like really like mentor this group in your Facebook group. You can offer services, so like one-to-one coaching or one-on-one consulting. In the same vein, that's also like tutoring or private lessons. So if you're just good at something, figure out how you can sell it. If you're really good at magic, figure out who your specific audience is that wants to learn magic. Are you gearing towards adults? Are you gearing towards kids? And then how can you get that online? How's the way that you can sell your magic videos? You can sell magic tricks. You can sell, the actual like trick. You could show the trick first, and then they have to pay money in order to like see how you actually do it. But it's starting with the problem, not the solution, and then figuring out ways to put that doably online. The other thing you can do is physical products, but this is something that's just a lot harder to do. So the only time I recommend doing a physical product to start, or like especially if you're just trying to build something up quickly, is really if you are already selling physical products for your business, but you're just, a brick and mortar store that's had to close down for the month, and you just have all this inventory that you're just trying to sell. But I would not recommend acquiring inventory at this point. You could also resell items if you need to. So like vintage clothes or collector's items, or that sort of thing. Reselling is really lucrative right now. And then or handmade stuff, art, crafts. But you can always make things and sell them too. And that really is still doable. But the whole point is still to make things that solve a problem for a specific audience. So it can't just be that you think it's cute, because that's not going to get people to buy right away. That might be something that you can gain traction and like build up an Instagram, and cute will sell eventually, but cute's not going to sell immediately. And so if you're looking to sell immediately, then look to solve a problem. And so the more specific you can be, the more specific you can stay, the more quickly you'll see success. Oh, so that's it for today. I am going to be back on Thursday, and so I'm going to start doing 2 lives a week, just because I really want to help people get traction immediately if they need it. And so I'll be back on Thursday. On Thursday, I'm going to start talking a little bit more about the actual process of launching a business. So what are like the first things that you'd want to get in place? What's the next thing you want to get in place? How can you start broadcasting to an audience? And so on and so forth. And so please pass these on to anyone that that needs them. I just want to be able to help, and if you need to get your business online, contact me. Let's make it happen for you. I have a little bit of work this week, but a few things have pushed off, which is good and bad, and so I'd love to help you. Feel free to reach out to if you want any consulting or any just help, or just kind of want to talk about how to restructure your business through this next month and through this next phase of life. But either way, I'll see you guys next Thursday. Thank you so much for being here. Stay safe, stay sane, stay clean, and talk to you soon. Bye.